Check it out, guys. This is my famous staff curry recipe that I used to make in the Indian restaurant. This is mutton staff curry with potatoes and a lot of flavors in there. Why is it famous? Is because I still have other restaurant workers every Sunday come to our restaurant to enjoy this curry with us. So this is why it's a famous one. It's an absolutely amazing one. If you haven't tried any of my other recipes, guys, highly recommend you try this staff curry recipe of mine. Enjoy the recipe and see you in the next one. Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. On this week's video, I've got a special recipe for you. It has been requested quite a few times on my channel. So this week's I'm going to show you how I used to make staff curry in the Indian restaurants. Staff curry is literally what it's what it says on the tin. It is a curry for the staff members. So at the end of the night, we'll all sit down on the tables and we will have a meal together, making lots of conversations and general chit chat really, and while we're enjoying quite a few different staff curries. So the staff curry I'm going to show you today is going to be a mutton boona. I'm going to add some potatoes in there, so I might make it a bit saucy. But I'm going to replicate one of my really favourite staff curry that I used to make, and the guys used to love this recipe. So I've got the recipes or the ingredients here, and I will go through them as I cook, as well as I'll have them on my descriptions box below. So check that out, guys. If you are new to the channel and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and give our channel a like. And the guys have been supporting our channel. Much love to you guys. Please continue to support our channel as we grow, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So having said that, guys, let's crack on with today's recipe. Absolute banging recipe. You will love this one. You can also replicate this one with chicken, but the spices are slightly different, so I might do a future video, but the principles are going to stay the same. So anyway, let's crack on with this week's video. Okay guys, to start our staff lamb curry, we're going to get the pan on heat. We're going to add, because it's lamb, I generally tend to put generous amount of oil. So that's been 3 chef's spoon of oil. So get that in there. Turn to low heat, and I'm just going to go through. So we've got bay leaf will go in, give it a crush if you want to. We've got cinnamon sticks, so again these are just small cinnamon sticks, and I've also got 4 cardamom that have been opened, and I've also got about 4 to 5 cloves as well. I'm going to cook that out for 20 to 30 seconds, just until you can smell the aroma coming through. So it's been about 20 to 30 seconds, guys, and you can start smelling the aroma of the whole spices come through. So I'm going to use, this is 1 red onion. And I've also got 1 thinly sliced white onion. So what we're looking to do here now is caramelize the onion before we add our other ingredients. Now, next we're going to add, soon, after about 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to add this. This is, there you can see it, fresh ginger and garlic with 1 red chilli, thinly chopped and then crushed into here. Now this is going to be absolutely gorgeous when I put this in. Try and use fresh ingredients as much as you can when you're cooking at home. The idea behind staff curry in the restaurants is like we try and replicate home style cooking for the guys, the staff members in the restaurant. So we try and make everything we can with the curry using home style cooking. However, as you probably know, sometimes the restaurants are really busy and you can't. So generally Friday and Saturday it's more of a cheat style recipe for the guys because we're so busy. But generally Sunday to Thursday we normally take our time cooking quite a few different dishes for the guys. So it's been about 3 to 4 minutes while my onions have been cooking and they have gone slightly softer. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add our ginger and garlic paste. So we're going to use our fresh, get this in there. We don't want to waste any. Now I've got the measurements in my description box, guys. So here, for argument's sake, there you go. About 2 tablespoons of ginger and garlic paste. And cook this out for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay guys, so it's been about 3 to 4 minutes since I've added the ginger and garlic and it's cooking away, and I'm going to add about 7 to 8 grams of coriander stalks in there, roughly chopped. Put them in, and we're also going to add our salt in now. I'm using 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm making 500 grams of, well, I'm using 500 grams of mutton. So I've got 2 teaspoons of salt in there. So again, add it to your taste. This smells, right, this smells so good already. Can't wait. Another couple of more minutes of this before we add in our meat. See that, guys? So our onions are caramelized and it's ready for us to put our mutton in. So let's go ahead and do that now. And what we're going to do now, we're just going to brown off. So again, this process will take about 3 to 4 minutes. That's better, guys. I have got the camera facing right into the pan. So it's been about 2 to 3 minutes. No, about 3 to 4 minutes that we've been browning, sealing the lamb on medium heat. I've just turned the heat on low now. So what we're going to do now is add in tomatoes. I've got 2 chopped tomatoes here. Just going to add them in. Put it back on medium heat. And we're just going to cook our meat lamb in there until it's about 50% or so cooked. So we're going to leave this there on medium heat, and I'm going to stir it occasionally, and I'm going to put a lid on it if I can find it. This will do. So I'm going to leave that on there, and I'm going to stir it occasionally just so that it doesn't catch to the bottom of the pan, and I'm just going to wait for the meat to cook out now. Okay guys, it's been about 20 minutes or so that the mutton lamb's been cooked. Mutton's been cooking on medium heat. I've not added any water, it's just the water's been evaporated and the water's come from the tomato and the lamb and the mutton and that sort of stuff. So if your pan has been catching, you can add some water. But the exciting news is it's time to add in the spices now. So let's do that. Again, all the spice, everything will be in the description box. I'm going to start off with half teaspoon of haldi powder, two teaspoons, sorry, these are teaspoons of coriander, that's 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 chili powder, and I'm also going to use about half of Kashmiri red chili powder. With the chili powders, if you want to use more or less according to your taste, that's absolutely fine. So you can use less if you want to or more. And I'm going to use, this is my all-purpose fresh, I've used my own blend of spices. I've made that with the whole spices. So I'm going to use 2 of these. If you haven't got that, I recommend, I'll put a link in the description box. You make one of these for yourself and it's going to taste absolutely amazing. It takes, because the ingredients I've used are more fresh, I've used whole spices to make this, it takes the flavours to another level. If you haven't got this or you're short for time, you can use the normal Madras mixed curry powder. You can use that, but I recommend that you use my blend of spice, because that's where I can guarantee this dish, staff curry, is going to be banging for you. So what we're going to do now, we're going to cook our spice for about 4 to 5 minutes. I'm going to put the heat up. And I've also boiled the kettle with some hot water. Hey guys, check it out. Our recipe journal book is available for you to buy from Amazon. Go ahead, grab yourself a copy, and I appreciate your support. See you soon. Because as with all my videos, I say, after you've added the spice in, take your time to cook the spice out on medium heat. Really important. Do this for at least 6 to 7 minutes, depending on the quantity. If you're using a lot more meat and so forth, you will cook it for longer. But I'm using 500 grams, so this is about 5 to 6 minutes is about right to cook the spice out on medium heat before we add in any water. Okay guys, it's been about 6 to 7 minutes I've been cooking this spice out. Been adding a tiny bit of water at a time to stop it catching into the pan. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some hot water in there. Just to cover the meat. Excuse me. I'm going to put it on medium heat, and I'm just going to let that cook for about half an hour to 40 minutes now. In about 20 minutes, in about 15 minutes, I'm going to add some potatoes in there. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So leave that on medium to low heat. Might just add some bit of coriander on there. And this is our staff curry all coming together, guys. I'm trying to zoom in for you. Look at that. Right, so see you in about 20 minutes. Okay guys, it's been about 20 minutes or so. It's been on low to medium heat. Check it out. Let's get that one a bit closer for you. There, look at that. And that smells absolutely gorgeous, guys. So what we're going to do now, give it a little stir. So then if you want to, you can add potatoes. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I've got some, these are called baby potatoes, about 5 or 6 of them in there. Because at the restaurants where there's loads of staff members, you've got to make your curry go further. But it tastes gorgeous. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add in our water. So this is going to be the base the sauce. So add as much as you want. I'm going to add about this much because I do like my curry to be nice and thick. So again, cover the meat. What we want to do now is cook the potato. Whilst the potato's cooking, the meat's going to get a final cook. And just leave it on medium to low heat and stir every now and again just to make sure it doesn't catch. And there we go. Alright guys, it's been about another further 15 minutes since we put the potatoes on that in, so let's check it out. That looks so good. What we want to do now is just give it a quick there we go. Probably needs about another 5 minutes or so. So what we're going to do now, which is great timing. So what we're going to do now, also make sure your mutton is also cooked. Again, we can check that. Let's just get this one. Let's make sure it's all done. There we go. Perfect. So now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to add in a couple of green chilies. Again, if you want to mix them out, you can do. We're going to add a handful of coriander. We're going to give it a good, about one teaspoon of kasuri methi. We're also going to do about half a teaspoon of garam masala. Give it a stir. About a quarter of that lemon. Just going to get some of that in there. Okay. And that will just bring out the spice flavours even more. Little zang in there. That's it. So I'm just going to leave that on simmer for about 10 minutes. And that'll be our staff curry done. Right guys, it's been simmering away for about 10 minutes now, and here's our final dish. Check it out, smells so good guys. I'm going to take the heat off. Sprinkle a bit more coriander. And then our mutton staff curry is ready. Look at that guys, so good. Got some potatoes in there as well. But enjoy the recipe guys, and don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and let us know exactly how you love this recipe. You can have this with paratha, rotis, and my favourite is just with plain boiled rice. Absolutely delicious. So I'm going to go and enjoy that with some boiled rice now. See you in a bit.